My name is Jarett Appell. I'm the executive chef at Stella 34 Trattoria. I started cooking at a young age. My mom started a kitchen for people with HIV and AIDS when I was young, so every day after school I would have to go and work in the kitchen afterwards, peel carrots and stuff like that. And eating in a restaurant was kind of always something that was used as something special in my family, whether it was a birthday or anniversary or something like that. So it was something that was always, interesting to me and something that I always enjoyed doing. I had an opportunity to live in Italy for a little over 2 years, and I worked for Quartiere Marchese. I lived in Verona, Parma, Roma, Napoli, Cattolica. So I had an opportunity to work in a bunch of different restaurants, and the more time that I spent in Italy, the more passionate that I became about not just Italian cuisine, but just cooking in general. The influence of ingredients and seasonality and all those aspects and how they play into culture as well as, our daily lives. I've worked for a while in New York after I lived in Italy, and I'd opened up a pizzeria previous to this. I was reached out to be involved in this project, and it's a unique restaurant because there's lots of different facets to the restaurant. There's a quick service retail area, there's a gelato program, there's an enormous sprawling kitchen that's in the middle of the dining room. It's been challenging and fun at the same time to kind of push yourself, as well as the fact that we're in Macy's and it's a very busy store and we're a very busy restaurant. As a result of what this flagship store kind of does, and it brings in so many different tourists and foreigners, that it's allowed us to really be a little bit more expressive and creative with the menu. And it's been a great opportunity having that, because it's not just shoppers. We've become more of a destination. Everyone always talks about simplicity, particularly when they're talking about Italian food. I use classic flavor combination, trying not to reinvent the wheel, but just do things well and use good technique, use modern techniques as well. Really helps to elevate what you're trying to do. Every Italian that comes here just orders a margherita pizza, so Italians have the tendency not to want to branch out of their comfort zone, particularly when they're in the United States, and I think that they would be pleasantly surprised with certainly some of our pastas, our entree dishes, and things like that. Today I'm going to do a scafata, which is based off of scafare, which would be to stir. The influence of peas and favas, asparagus, spring onions. So I'm going to start by adding the spring onions to some olive oil at about a medium heat. I'm going to sweat them out until they're tender. At that point I'm adding all of the ingredients, the asparagus, the peas, the favas, all from raw. I'm going to cook them until they're just tender. I don't want to cook them too far, because then they'll start to lose their color, and I want to keep them vibrant and green. At this point I'm going to add my pecorino and my mint and finish with a little bit of lemon juice. So I'm going to use this as a topping on a pizza. So you're going to take your dough and you're going to want to use as light flour as possible, just enough so that it doesn't stick both to your hands and also to the surface that you're working on. You use your fingertips. You don't want to push too hard into the dough because you don't want to create differences in the thickness of the dough. And then you use a technique that kind of flips the dough back and forth that helps to stretch the dough evenly across. And from there you just put your toppings on, and I'm going to add smoked mozzarella as well as some bacon, because bacon doesn't hurt. And you just finish it up and load it up into the oven. When you're cooking pizza at home, a simple tip to be successful: turn up your oven to the max temperature and allow it to preheat to its maximum temperature. At that point, once it's completely hot, turn it to a broil. And what that'll do is almost simulate the heat and the flame of a wood-burning oven, and it'll help to rise your crust a lot. These are all things that are easy to do at home, but honestly, you should leave it to the professionals. You can come here and you'll have a great pizza.